Brought to you by PlayStation Vue, the new live TV service now available on your PlayStation. Over 100 channels, no annual contract. Game the system.
Hey folks, Chris Waters here on the front lines at South by Southwest, a festival where tech, music, film, gaming all collide in Austin, and at least 3 of those 4, Loki here is responsible for it. Loki, you're of Chroma Coda Studios, and you're here showing off the music room, is that right?
It is indeed, yeah.
Now tell me a little bit about the music room, because to walk by your booth in there, see people wailing away on the drums, but they're in a VR headset.
So the music room is a collection of VR musical instruments. So you put on the headset, you transport it to a range of different rooms, and then you can play a range of different instruments.
All right, so talk me through some of the instruments. Give me the bullet point rundown.
So the one you probably saw a few people wailing on, we've got a drum kit, kind of normal drum kit, but with lots of different ways to control it. Different things you can map to triggers, so you can change filters in real time as you're playing, change what drum kit you're playing between hits. So it's just a really expressive drum kit. And we can do a few things that normal electronic drum kits can't, because we've got things like support for brushes, mallets, just things you can't do with a normal electronic drum kit. But we also have the other one you probably saw, which is the laser harp. People are moving up and down in the strings, controlling filters. And we have this strumming instrument, which we call a chord harp, which is just a pile of strings that you can really easily play chords on.
So you mentioned songwriting, yeah. Like when people put on the Vive and they take those things in hand. Well, actually, it's also on PlayStation VR and Oculus Rift, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So when they put on their headset, they've got their setup. What kind of different music experiences are you hoping to cultivate here? You said it can be used as a songwriting tool. Are you hoping people are going to do some drum practice in there?
Yeah, we want it for studio practice and live use. Originally, I really focused on the studio and practice, kind of home enjoyment and performance kind of use. But then I had a few people really approach me they're like, Lockie, we need to use this thing live.
That's very interesting, yeah, that electronic performance kind of thing. Because so far in the gaming world, at least, what we've seen are mostly, they try to capture the thrill of performance, and there are some that are sort of focused on teaching skills. But this is something that you sort of imagine an artist using on stage?
Yeah, it's just a lot of electronic artists are like, when they're touring, they have to tour a very stripped down kind of version of the sound, because they just, they're playing these complicated parts where they're doing lots of automation or something. They can't really play it all on a keyboard.
Very cool. The music room, for folks who are picking up VR headsets this year, early adopters, is it going to be available for them?
Yeah, so we're planning to launch with the Vive, so a bit scarily soon. We're going to see exactly how well it goes at South by, what feedback we need to incorporate for that, because we're seeing a ludicrous amount of musicians trying it here, so we want to make sure that it's really, really great at launch, really polished. And we're going to launch with those kind of 5 basic instruments that we've got, and 5 different spaces and different sounds for them, and then we're going to keep adding more and more on kind of DLC.
Excellent. As long as the tambourine DLC is in line and the maracas, that's about my musical level these days.
I actually kind of do want a tambourine.
All right, Loki, thanks so much, folks. That's the music room, available for VR headsets this year, perhaps, but coming soon.